19 hours ago, they moved 60,000 Bitcoin. We are getting close to fill that gap. This is a massive bear trap to scare people again in the market. We are going down, guys. Bitcoin is going to the downside, and now everybody is wondering, was $70,000 the short-term top? And I'm coming out to you and say, no. I'm going to show you why a massive trap is set up right now for one side of the market. Let's go. Guys, welcome back once again here. Today we have to start out with the US government. The current US government. I like the new one that is coming, but not the current one. Or if the current one stays after the elections, I will still not like them. But if Trump comes, I will be really happy about that. So yesterday, I think they wanted to spit in a soup a little bit, because remember, Trump came out, said, I'm gonna make Bitcoin a reserve currency. All the coins that we are holding currently, they will never be sold. We're gonna make sure that legislation will be favorable for crypto companies, that we're gonna make the US the crypto hub in the world. They want to be number one. All these remarks were made by Trump. And now what did the US government yesterday? They moved 60,000 Bitcoin. That spooked, of course, the market. That is one of the reasons why we went to the downside. You can see it here. 19 hours ago, 29,800 Bitcoins, and again 29,800 Bitcoins. So they moved 57,600 Bitcoin in total. And of course that led to that the market got quite spooked here, because they did not know what they're going to do with that. But most likely it's going to Coinbase. Where else? To liquidate them, and they're going to potentially keep doing that until the end of the presidential election. And I hope they're going to lose a lot of votes because of that. Because more and more people wake up to the fact that Bitcoin could be the solution to the $35 trillion debt right now. We broke that yesterday, new record for the US. $35 trillion debt for the US government. And Bitcoin might be the solution to get at some point rid of it. Because of the deflationary nature of Bitcoin. So when we're looking at the CME chart, and then you can clearly see that we closed the gap that we created on last weekend. From the weekend, so then from Thursday, we are getting close to fill that gap too. We are not there yet, but I think that there is a high likely chance we come down here and fill this at $65,000 on the spot market, and from there potentially then start going sideways back to the upside. So I still have a hard time believing that we would come right now here to the downside and do something like this, unless the US government decides to dump immediately all 200,000 Bitcoins that they have left. You know, if something like this happens, it's a black swan event. Nobody can account for that. In that scenario, we could come all the way down here, but otherwise, it looks highly unlikely. Also, guys, remember, still this week, I give again away $1,000, 2 times $500 on Prime XBT. If you want to stand a chance to win them, you need to have an account with at least $100 in the account. $100 deposited in Prime XBT, need to be subscribed and have the notifications on. Then you stand a chance to win $500, guys. Remember, we are soon going into the parabolic phase of the market. You want to have as much liquidity as possible available to trade here. So you see also, I opened a new ton trade. You can technically enter where I entered it at $6.67 and not down here, you know. So you see I'm in a slight loss. It was a good decision to enter here, because I thought we continued to rally, but then then the US government, you know, decided to dump a couple thousand Bitcoin. And I must say, altcoins holding up quite strong while we are going down. And I'm going to show you this here later in the video, so stick around. Then when it comes to Bitcoin directly on the daily chart, still quite strong for such a rejection up here. From a technical perspective, we are holding that prior resistance zone that has now turned into support. Here I would like to see a daily close with the current candle. The candle can stay as it is, that's absolutely fine. But tomorrow I want to see a pump back to the upside to like $67,000, $68,000, preferably above this line here of $68,100. So if we can tomorrow close above here, then on Thursday, most likely we could potentially see already a retest of the $70,000 area. So what we need is a daily close above $68,100. That will signal continuation to the upside and another attack on the supply zone that we are seeing here with the MDX algo. Also here on the line chart, so now you see we came actually back into that now turned support zone that I was talking about, that most likely it's going to happen that we come back down here to test this. Now we got the test. The next step is that we're turning around here above and then continue to go to the upside. So what we don't want to see is price going lower, retesting this, going lower, because then we know, okay, this is still resistance. That's not what we want to see. We want to see that the price turns around here, comes above, potentially tests this one more time, and then bounces and continues to go higher from here, and would complete also then this inverse head and shoulders. Remember guys, here's an inverse head and shoulders. This might be here now the completion of the right shoulder if we get a move out of here, you know, to go to the upside. Now, why did I say that this whole scenario is a trap? Because if you watch the channel for at least 2 days, you know that here on the daily chart we had already planned out this whole scenario where we said we will come up, potentially even touch the downward sloping resistance line, which we did, get rejected, come back down to around $66,000, and from there bounce back to the upside, then get a little bit sideways action and break through. But there's also a scenario where when we come up the next time here, directly break through that. So, but we were aware of that, guys. You cannot say that was shocking for us. You know, we did not know why we come back down here, besides the fact that $70,000 is a strong resistance. But the US government helped a little bit to push us here. Again, I'm not concerned about this. This is a massive bear trap to scare people again in the market, to basically help them to get rid of their coins, because they get shaken out in events like that when they see almost a 10% move over 36 hours to the downside, but not us, you know. So we stand firm here, and because we knew that this is going to happen, and now we just wait for the leg to the upside. Also on the scalp gradient of the MDX algo, we are cooling down here in terms of colorization, and most likely what's going to happen is we start to get hotter, move to the upside, move into that supply zone here, and next time, like I said, next time there could be again one more time a rejection, but then here, remember this dashed line? This dashed line should then turn into support, and we should get another move to the upside, and that will be then the moment where I believe that we are going to break above this. So now trade setup. Again, it could happen that we go a little bit lower today. I would not rule that out. And for that reason, I would set a new trade from here. The other one got stopped out here on the way to the upside, remember? But I told you that you should have set your stop losses slightly below the resistance and the supply zone for that specific reason. So we're going to do more or less the same thing again. We're going to use again $70,000 as the target. So if price comes down here to $65,700, then what you're going to see is Bitcoin coming here, bouncing back to the upside. Now you are wicked in, so set your limit orders there. And the take profit target is $70,000. That is over 6% to the upside, 10x leverage, 60%, 20x leverage, 120% that you can make here on the trade with a stop loss $1,000 below. So we are talking about a 1.44% stop loss on this trade. So, and again, the risk to reward ratio shows us that's definitely worth taking this trade if we actually come down here. So if we are not going a little bit lower, then we will look for potentially another entry around $67,500, but not right now. Right now, I believe we come a little bit lower here, closer to that demand zone from the MDX algo, and then we're going to see a leg to the upside. Again, if you want to trade with me together, guys, do it on ZoomX. You still get $10 absolutely for free in your reward hub, guys. Reward hub, there you need to claim it when you sign up on ZoomX. Remember, this is limited to a specific amount of people, so be fast here. Even if it's $10, it doesn't matter. Take everything what you can get for free, guys. And you also get up to $45,000 worth of a deposit bonus if you are signing up with the link in the description and the pinned comment below, guys. So you see here, I'm still in a trade with $100,000. I'm here roughly 10% underwater, which is 1% on the chart. So I can survive this, you know. So, and I have another $100,000 waiting down here at $65,000 if we would reach that. So you see, this is a support level. I expect a bounce from there. Then I would be fully allocated in a location. But my liquidation price would be also then below $60,000. So I should be kind of safe with that. On the liquidation levels, not beautiful right now. The price is consolidating below the EMA ribbon and the 50 moving average. This has to change really quickly, because otherwise it will open up the possibility, like I said, to become a little bit lower. People will think, oh no, we go to the downside, but this is the trap that is potentially set. The bear bounce back to the upside, reclaim EMA ribbon, and you're going to see continuation. So also here, it would make a lot of sense, because here's some 10 and 20x leverage positions that have built up, but they would go most likely for the over leveraged ones all the way down here before we get a nice bounce. So close to the 200 moving average here on the 4-hourly chart. And then we take out the over leveraged short positions that have slightly built up here around $69,300. I'm sure here on the liquidation heat map, if the chart is loading. So yeah, you see here, big concentration around $70,400. That is telling you that this is the next target, regardless of what price is doing currently. This is the main target for price over the next, let's say, 10 days, in my opinion. 7 to 10 days, that is the target where the price is moving to. These hot areas acting like a magnet for the price. Hence why I don't really care if we go to 66, 65, 64, 63. It doesn't matter, because I know the overall target remains here to the upside, and eventually we are going to get there over the next couple of days. That is one of the reasons why I have also currently a trade open here on Hotcoin. Hotcoin is one of the new exchanges that I'm working with. I open a trade here at $66,540. So I'm just messing around here currently a little bit, but there is a chance that we are bouncing from here when I look at this consolidation that we are seeing currently, because here could be the local low, here could be a higher low on the 15 minutes chart. So we could potentially see a move here to like $1,000 move, $67,530. And potentially I would take them profit already there, or at least set my stop loss into profit on that trade, because again, I opened a cross margin trade, did not want to cross. So when I'm here a couple $100 in profit, I'm gonna close it and then set a limit order for another trade here. If you want to try out Hotcoin, I'm so far quite happy with it. There's also a link in the description and in the pin comment below if you want to try that one. Then the Bitcoin dominance is dropping to the downside. Remember, guys, we spoke about this, that this is going to happen while Bitcoin is consolidating. And some of the altcoins, for that reason, held really, really strong yesterday in that drop that we experienced. Which is really, really nice, because all my altcoin trades are still running. I got nowhere stopped out, even that I was thinking I would wake up to some stop losses, but I actually didn't. So I'm really, really happy about this. Over the next couple of days, I still believe that we will drop further here to the downside. This will only change if Bitcoin would now get a crazy pump of $2,000 or something. Then we would see some sideways consolidation on the dominance before we get a proper nice leg to the downside. So I'm not saying that we should go down here in a straight line like I have drawn out here. We also don't want to see that. We would actually appreciate some sideways consolidation in the dominance where we see some coins popping but not all, and then going down again, go a little bit sideways, go down again like a staircase. So that would be the healthiest way for the dominance to come down and help altcoins to push to the upside. Now Ethereum also holding strong here, so we are still in profit on this trade. The golden ratio again is acting as resistance like in the past. Remember, we spoke about this also yesterday, that this might be happening here, and that you should set your stop losses slightly in profit or at the entry level when this is happening, because we could round trip here one more time before we get the move to the upside and break through this. So yeah, just protect your capital here currently. Otherwise, there's not much more to say. We need to see the break of the golden ratio, that we come above this to get continuation. If we get here now again rejected and have then here and then another lower high, then we potentially also change structure here and come one more time a little bit lower than expected, but I'm not seeing this currently. So I just believe we consolidate a little bit more below the golden ratio to gain momentum to break through this, and once we are through this, we finally see a nice pop. Then Telegram also currently just a little bit above my entry level of that trade setup here at $6.59. So it would be not too late to enter right now. Here Stochastic wants to give a buy signal in the next 30 minutes. MACD looks good. RSI also overall going to the upside. So we are still here in a massive pennant. Here what we need to see is that bulls are stepping in and pushing price a little bit higher to like $6.70. Consolidate here a little bit, then break the golden ratio and start to move into higher price levels and out of that massive pennant that we are forming here on the 4-hourly chart. So the target also remains here the same. Nothing has changed here on the MDX algo with the supply zones that we are targeting. Again, guys, if you want the MDX algo suite, that we are making so much money with this, it's unbelievable, you know, how this thing is working, guys. I actually also gonna make a video really soon to explain you one of my strategies that I only use with the MDX algo. So if you want to see this video, then sign up with the link down below. You get also 10% discount on the MDX algo suite, and I'm gonna show you a strategy where you can make on a daily basis a couple $100. So just sign up with the link down below. The more people are signing up, the more I would actually like to do the video, and the video will come out much quicker than I accounted for. So now at Arweave is also consolidating between the golden ratio and the 0.5 level. Here again, we are around the entry level, so it would be not wrong to enter here. Price is cooling down a little bit after that heated phase. Remember, I told you also this is something that can happen, but afterwards, I would not rely on that we are completely cooling down here on the MDX algo gradients. It could also be that we are seeing here then something like this. That nice, really hot phase pushing to the upside, creating a rising wedge, breaking down from this again, and continue to go higher. So also here, currently, as long as we're holding above the golden ratio, good level to enter into a trade on Arweave to trade this to the upside. Then GRT also a little bit below current entry price, which is fine. So if we come a little bit higher again here to like 19 cents 40 roughly, you can enter this. Here are two reversal indications. The bottom one is for me the one that I would like to see, because also the indicators are showing me that we are potentially bottoming out here on the 4-hourly chart and get a nice reversal to the upside. Remember also here we have a falling wedge pattern overall on the chart, and the golden ratio is basically the level that we need to hold. As long as we are holding the golden ratio, we should be fine and see continuation to the upside. I just want to have a quick look on the higher time frames, how we are looking there. Still more upside. Here on the daily, we are about to bottoming out. Also good sign. So just be a little bit more patient here with GRT. I think it's going to pop here really soon to the upside. Then Rune still playing jumping rope with the $4.74 level, but also here I see bullish momentum coming in. Stochastic about to print a buy signal, MACD about to print a buy signal, and we see here a lot of selling pressure going away. RSI is bullish, so we should get here a really nice juicy impulse move pretty soon on Rune overall. Then ENS slightly away from our entry level, not really worth talking about it, but also on Bybit I'm actually locked out. Okay, let's finish the video here, guys. Thank you so much for watching again. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure that you smash up the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and I'm going to see you again with more profit and no trap tomorrow.